G'day. I'm just going through a bit of compost stuff and I thought there's some bad stuff here. I might as well run through the good and the bad. So I'm going through and I'm finding that some of it's very compacted together, and it's got another good way is to smell the smell. So see how this is pretty compacted together, like very compacted together, to the point where I'm not going to use it because it's anaerobic. If you get a bit and smell it, there you go, it's not smelling good. That means there's anaerobic processes going on. You want aerobic stuff, which is just behind it. And if you see the difference, this is really dark and waterlogged. That stuff's a little bit lighter, meaning that it's not as waterlogged. So there's actually, I've got some mycetes problems in here. Pythium is, I've proven Pythium after I've cultured some of this up and grown it out. So that's the smell, so it's not healthy. All soil has good and bad in it. 50% is supposed to be pathogens. So if you've got healthy soil, it's supposed to all cycle well. But I'm not going to introduce this bad stuff, inoculate it, in other words, into my yard, which is what I'm going to do from cultivating some fields for the next few seasons. Making the most of it. And now look at the good stuff. So I'll get my shovel, I'll stick it in. Where's the camera? Oh, it's so nice I couldn't even see it. There you go. Now look at the difference. Now I'll put it in the barrel because it's going to be nice. Nice, light, fluffy. Just it's broken down to its goodness. Lots of rich humic matter, but it's not anaerobic. It's very fluffy, meaning that the microbes that are in there are good ones that are cycling. The ones that are in here are bad ones that are cycling, and I don't want to introduce that. Ideally, all of this would be in one heap, about 3 foot tall, and I'd make a few heaps of it. No more than 3 foot. Anything out of that is a high chance that it can develop anaerobic pockets like this and not cycle well. And I don't want to do anaerobic composting. I'm doing aerobic composting here. It's a lot faster, and I've done in those bags anaerobic composting, and if you look through my videos you'll see some of them, but this is on the aerobic. When I'm going through it too, I spread it, I throw it, and I spread it across, and that allows me to see inside of it if there's any bugs, because I've got a problem with curl grubs, long white mully grubs, so I don't want any of them. Introduce them to the fields or around the base of the plants, as you can see, like around them. Just put a nice little layer around. Whoa, better pause, there might be some noise. That was the noise. Well, that's a very heavy vehicle because it's very wet still, and look at the dust it kicked up. So I'm not leaving those anaerobic pockets, I'm skimming off the top. Just a skim. You can see the difference between there to there. So it's only a thin layer, probably an inch, but just enough to take a, even that's too much because I'm not real happy with that bog. So try again. There you go, just enough for a skim. That's better. So it hasn't got as much crap in there. Still might be bad, but it's not as bad. You can see the difference. Sludgy bog compared to nice. Yeah. So the only reason I'm doing that is just to get some aeration. Ideally, I just turn it, but I haven't got the strength in my arms, so I'm just doing it this way. It's got to be harvested eventually. And that's what I've done over here. You can see how there's a few different steps to it. A few times I've done it just to try and reduce it down, skim the top layer, and all of the bugs, they crawl down a bit too because they don't want to be cold, or on the top layers for other things to pick at them. So it's a lot easier to filter it out in that sense too. All right, I'll go show you where I put it, how I'm using this lovely nutrient source. So just going in one of those strips there. There you go, just put that strip out. I just lift up the wheelbarrow and tip it, bring it back. Then I'll go and disperse it a little bit better, only so it's not in chunks, because I want it to be just relatively thin. If it's too thick on the ground, it just sits there. So I want it to blend in, if you know what I mean, cycle in. It'll take about 4-6 weeks odd, and there'll be nothing here. At the moment it'll just all look like it's black. So I'll go around and do this. I'm not going to show you. This is what I've done yesterday. So I did all through there yesterday. I've did all this last season, all in here. Many wheelbarrows. But I'm going to go and do in this area. This needs, you got to get back to the soil. People keep taking away from it, like the goats and the animals keep taking the grass away from it, but they don't get back. So I've got to give back. I give back with the mowing of the grass and with this organic, because I'm into organics. So it's I've got to give somehow mineralized minerals that are bound up in organic matter, for instance, that can be broken down over time, and that's what feeds the ground. Rather than other people that go and just they'll put urea, for instance, out, and then it'll go and wash away, or it'll only do for one cycle, and then it'll just look like that, waiting for another dose of nutrients, where the organic way slowly works for itself. Like, look in there, look how green that is. Beautiful. I haven't even top dressed or anything that. When it cools about a month's time, I'll till it all back through and reseed it with some more legumes. So it'll just get put all that green underneath the surface, bound it up underneath the surface instead of it all going up, because all those brown piles there, they've lost all their nitrogen. As you can see, it's volatilised off. Nitrosomus has done its bit, and it's gone back into the atmosphere. So by burying it, it's a lot better. So you need nutrients. Actually, another good nutrient source is manure. Started to touch on that, didn't I? And I've got goats. I got the good old chooks, and let's have a look at this. Actually, I'm going to wait for a next video, because there's some cow manure. But look out for that in the next video. I'm talking too long. This isn't a live, this is a blooming just a quick update. Happy composting to you too. Thanks for watching. Press like if you liked. See ya.